Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a Stocks to Watch video, Relative Strength Edition. Today is February 28th, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I'm on YouTube. You find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. So again, thank you very much for all your support. Let's get into the charts. All right, so in my State of the Market video, I go over my thoughts on the indexes overall, but just a quick recap. I think this is going to be an ABC type pattern. I think 300 is the most important area. So there's around a 5% or so potential downside. Yeah, 4 to 5%. Listen, can 310 hold? Sure, that's possible. But if it doesn't, I think 300 is by far the most important area that we get to. And it may feel very rough getting down there. All right, enough about the indexes. Let's get into some stocks that are holding up well. This is my watch list, and these are the ones that I will be buying hopefully over the next couple of days if we get some more weakness and these continue to hold up. First one is apps. All right, apps, just an absolute monster. Went ahead and broke out. The consolidation has been on lighter volume. The updates have been on huge volume. Absolutely amazing looking stock. Looks great. Next up is going to be pins. Broke out of this area, has kind of moved sideways since. The volume shows accumulation. Again, the down days have been very small volume. Nobody is selling their shares really. Next up is going to be Snap. Uptrend is intact. You see how it's riding the 23-day EMA again. Again, volume profile shows that the buyers are in control. Celsius. Celsius, again, lots of accumulation here. Earnings are coming up, just to be aware of, but a nice organized consolidation right back into moving averages. Looks pretty good. Just be aware of the earnings date. DraftKings, you have this kind of big cup and handle kind of ish. Earnings are out of the way, which is nice. This is all-time highs right here, and now this low volume pullback is very enticing right here, above all the moving averages. So if it gets back above 64.50, I think that DraftKings could be pretty good. Its brother, Penn National, again, light volume on the pullback, as you can see down here. But on the up days, big heavy volume supporting the stock. I think Penn could go much higher also, both gambling stocks. In semiconductors, the one I like in this group is going to be Mu, Micron Technologies. You see how it's riding the 23-day pretty good, actually. Way above it here still. Good accumulation volume, down days on the low volume. Looks awesome. GFL is a new one for me. I got this one off of my friend on Twitter and Dennis. Anyway, this is an excellent looking stock, and it's just holding up really well. You can see how volume just really dried up here as it was coming back down. Earnings out of the way, gigantic volume after earnings. This one looks like it could go a lot higher. You could easily put a little tiny double bottom right here, right? So I like this for a breakout play here. Future Holdings has been an extremely hot stock. Now the pullback, as you can see, lots of on the green days, tons and tons of giant green skyscrapers. It may need some more time. I'm not saying this, after a run like this, I would think it needs more than 4 or 5 days, but it's definitely one to keep on your watch list, and it's holding up extremely well. Here's Upwork, nice uptrend, came back right into its moving averages, well supported. Here's earnings. Obviously, this earnings wasn't the best. It gapped up huge, and then it sold off. So I don't love this bar here on the earnings, but since then it's done nothing wrong. It looks pretty good, so it's still very much in play. Champion X, we've talked about this a while back when it was breaking out here. It came back, retested the breakout, this area, and then boom, off to the races. So now it's kind of trying to consolidate here. Could it pull back to $19? It's possible, but right now it's holding this gap. And so this is a very strong group. It's in the oil and gas industry, and we're going to go over a couple more of those soon. But it looks really, really good. Actually, let's just do it right now. Helmerich Payne, HP. This is the important area, and a lot of these charts kind of look in a similar way. So now it's trying to break out. Look at the volume. You see there looks like there's much accumulation going on in this name and has been for the last couple of months. And I think that this is an area that we can manage risk against. This 29-ish area. So it's HP, and APA is another one. You can see how this area has been important for over a year. It kind of did a little breakout, kind of broke back down, but it's the moving averages, right around $18. So this can chop around here for a few days. It's fine. Earnings are out of the way, which is nice. And you see some accumulation starting to come in, and there's a bunch back here too. So I think APA Apache Corp can look pretty good too. And those are all three of those last ones are oil and gas type names. SLQT, select quote. Here's your IPO right here. It broke out, got extended. Now I'm watching for this one for a nice pullback play right into these moving averages, maybe 2850-ish. Let them catch up to it right around here. This is potential support. And then boom, that's it. That'd be a great entry. Overall, a little distribution here right after earnings. But you can see accumulation has begun again. Next up is a software name called Calyx. So it's in a gigantic uptrend, as you can see from way back when. But right now, just mining, kind of riding the 65-day, right? The 23-day is kind of a guide for it a little bit too. Maybe getting a little bit extended, may need to pull back and consolidate. But overall, you coupled a little bit of distribution after earnings, but if you look at that, more accumulation here, accumulation going on in here. So you could even probably manage this, something like this, maybe, boom, boom. But that's Calyx. Also, some reopening plays have made onto my radar. Here is Carnival Cruise Line. You see this kind of similar to the oil and gas names too, the way that this is working out. Broke out, retested, moving averages are starting to catch up, earnings in a while. You see, I'm not the only one that's looking at it. Some nice accumulation going on there. On the pullback, starting to dry up a little bit, not bad. NCLH, which is Norwegian. On earnings, it did have a gigantic down day, 8%. So it's just maybe not quite as strong as the Carnival name, but very similar looking chart. So I think the cruise lines in general are going to be in play, as well as some of the airlines. There's United, again, similar looking chart. Now waiting for the moving averages to catch up. So that's United. Here's Delta. Delta looks a little bit different, so this one may be ahead a little bit because it came back. If you look here, right? So this was a similar looking chart, but it already broke out, retested, and now is moving higher. So that's Delta Airlines. That looks pretty good, and you can see maybe some better accumulation going on in the back end over there. Another cruise name, Royal Caribbean. How could we forget? So this was an area that was important. It obviously has retested that area now a few times, has broken out, moving much higher, kind of making a flag right here in this little uptrend right here. So let it pull back, maybe into the moving averages, maybe into 84 and a quarter-ish, somewhere around here, $84. And then that may be a place to manage risk against these prior highs right there. And RVLV, this is Revolve Group, and this is from the IPO. And as you can see, it's made this gigantic IPO base. Earnings are out of the way. Again, not the best earnings candle right there, but so far so good, right? The next day it kind of held this little gap right here. Things are looking good. A place to manage risk is, right around where it's at, right? $46 or so. If it could stay above $46, it looks pretty good. It is fairly extended from the moving averages, so it may need some more time to pull back. We never know. It's 18% extended. So a breakout here is not one I would buy. Just thinking through this, I would not buy the breakout. I would wait for it to come back, retest these moving average, maybe retest the breakout, and then, or scoop down from here and then break out. That'd be much stronger also. All right, so that's RVLV. There are two potential short squeezes. First one is MRNS, Marinus Pharmaceuticals. As you can see, this is, it's a little bit of a loose chart, to be honest, but most of these names on the short squeeze list are not the best of breed. We try to find the best in this area. It's a pharmaceutical name, so obviously there's some risk involved just in that. And you see some accumulation going on down here. So, obviously $16 is the place I'd manage risk against in this one. So if it could break out above 16, that'd be something to consider. And, Lovesac just keeps on giving. It's holding up really, really well. And it's just trying to break out again. If we could break out again above 61.75-ish, maybe 61.50-ish, I think it could keep going. Some really good accumulation going on here, while since till earnings. So this one looks really, really good. All right, so there you go. That was, I don't know how many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21 names plus 2 more short squeezes, 23 names in all. This is definitely a relative strength watch list. Get them ready. There may be some more turbulence in the market this week. Don't be surprised if that happens. No one actually knows what's going to happen. So, this could hold. This 310 may have been, maybe in the bottom right over here. We don't know. Or it could come back and potentially retest 300 or someplace near that, 301, something like that. We'll find out, but be ready. Be ready. Buy the best of the breed. It kind of showed its hand. I think I highlighted a bunch of them. I'm sure there's more out there, but I highlighted a bunch that are just holding up well in this market. So they should be the first ones to start to move higher when this market is done correcting. Hope you all have a good week. Stay safe out there. Take care.